We're all really trying to get inspired from the same culture.
It's very untrendy to be trendy. So we have to think about what's an honest response to design.
Design trends have changed over the years, especially in terms of how we're bringing culture into the space.
Every developer, whether they want to create something unique, one-off, or something that will work for the market, always comes with their own identity.
The UAE is a diversifying, very global city, high speed, high octane, incredibly international. So the references back to culture is shifting a little bit. There is small evidences of cultural influence, but also it's a rapidly changing country. On the other hand, in the kingdom, in Saudi Arabia, obviously it's an emerging culture and there's a strong relationship to cultural influence depending on what parts of the kingdom we're designing in. For instance, within Diriyah, or for instance within the capital in Riyadh, some developments have a strong relationship to cultural history and influence of the locals. Conversely, there's quite contemporary, futuristic parts of the kingdom, the Neoms of the world, etc., emerging as new future cultural references. So there's a real dichotomy and two stories unfolding, UAE and the kingdom.
Introducing heritage, it's been in the hospitality industry always, right? Now I think it's a time for us to see how this layering is not stopped only in FF&E or the walls or within the space, how it can move even to the sound, to the smell, to the lighting conditions, and I think that's where the storytelling can get more interesting.
They've seen everything, so we want to bring in the cultural references, the traditional architecture and the materials that they use. So I had a hotel in Riyadh and looked at going a little bit further out of the city and found the edge of the world. It's this beautiful mountain range, and then we did studies on it. So we studied the shadows, the color, the texture, and broke it down into all the different forms of art. They felt proud that it was still a part of their history, but not necessarily in the sense of the cultural, more human scale of it all.
When we start working on a project and we know that we need to have that local and heritage influence, it always starts with research. Dig deep into the local heritage and how we can implement that without overwhelming it in the space while adhering to that modern design and modern look and feel. We see a lot of these projects in Dubai and Saudi and so on, where it's sort of evolving. It's more and more evolving in design, but it has that key local heritage feel, which makes you feel like, oh, I'm in Dubai, or oh, I'm in Saudi. I think that's what's important. That's what we're always trying to maintain as designers as well.
At the end of the day, FF&E, as we said, is something that will be felt in one-to-one basis from the experience point of view from the guests. You need to bring in the storytelling and you need to create something unique. Now that is yet to come to the region. That is not here yet.
If you were to get someone to make a furniture piece beautifully well done, firstly it's very expensive and you don't want it to get destroyed. It needs to be contract quality. I honestly believe here in the UAE the supply chain is pretty good in terms of having custom made furniture done here. So there are some really good factories that do good work. I do think that there is difficulty in Saudi at the moment. I don't think they have the craftsmanship yet.
Don't be afraid to use international artists to help narrate our story of local place and context. They can be definitely influenced by local culture and the people of the community. They don't have to be physically located here. We see that as another way to create something a little bit more artisanal, definitely unique, and it narrates our story more amplified.